Veno is currently in Copenhagen practicing for the FNCS Global Championship for 2023 with newly updated settings. That'll be all explained in this video today, which overall, by the way, he is looking absolutely insane on. From his gameplay here, you can see he's definitely going to do well in this tournament. But getting straight into his video settings first, he's got his windowed mode on full screen, his resolution on the default 1920 by 1080, his frame rate limit is on unlimited, and he's using performance mode, which is the best to get a FPS boost. For his brightness, that's on the default 100%, and his colorblind mode is off. In my opinion, I think that's the best combo this season. And as well as that, he's got his view distance on near and textures on low and meshes on low as well. For his game settings, these are mostly default except from the disable pre-edit option that is currently turned off, and for the auto confirm edits, he's not using any of these, so he manually has to confirm each edit he makes. For his HUD settings, he's got his reticle on, obviously. His reticle ammo indicator is on, which shows a little ammo indicator on screen. His damage numbers are on list opposed to cumulative, I believe, which manually lists each damage number. And for his HUD options, he's got his HUD scale on 68%, and all the rest are pretty much on the default. For his mouse sensitivity, he's got his X-axis on 5.4%, his Y-axis on 5.4%, his targeting is on 40%, his scope is on 40%, and both his building and editing sensitivities are on the default 100%. He's also using 800 mouse DPI with 2000 Hz on the mouse. Oh, in addition to that, I believe he's also using the default mouse sense within Windows with mouse acceleration turned off. Trust me, you don't want this on, and you can see why on screen. Next, we've got his movement controls, and for these, you can see he has them turned on. His forward diagonal is on 75%, his strafe is on 90%, and his backward diagonal is on 135. Next, we've got his audio. His main volume is on 26%, his sound effects is on 25%, and for his quality, that is on high because it sounds way better. And he's also got the visualize sound effects turned on. Next up, we've got his keyboard controls. His movement is pretty much all like default with spacebar and left shift, as well as left control for the crouch. For his loadout, he's got his harvesting tool on E and mouse wheel. His slot 1 is on 1, his slot 2 is on 2, and it trickles all the way down to slot 4, which is on Z, and slot 5, which is on X. For his building, he's got his wall on a thumb mouse button, I think it's number 5. His floor is on Q. His stairs is on the other mouse thumb button, which I believe is mouse button 4. His roof is on C, and his trap is on T. He's also got his building edit on F. Next, we've got his gaming peripherals. For his mouse, he's using the new Logitech G Pro X Superlight 2. His keyboard is the new SteelSeries Apex Pro 10 Keyless 2023 edition. His mouse pad is a big custom in-gaming one. His headset is the HyperX Cloud 2s, and his monitor is the Alienware AW2521H, which is a 360Hz monitor. For his PC specs, he's using the Lian Lai PC011. His CPU is the Intel Core i9-13900K, and his GPU is the Asus GeForce RTX 1490. In addition to that, we've got a picture of what his setup looks like for 2023. You can see there is his monitor, he's got his keyboard, his custom mouse pad, along with his old mouse that's obviously been updated now to the newer Superlight. I think before that he was using the Razer Air mouse, which was the Viper, I believe. On top of that, he's got his headset, his chair, which I'm not entirely sure what it is, but it could be DX Racer. He also has a mic there, which is the Blue Yeti one, and apart from that, that is his 2023 setup. But moving on to his Nvidia settings, firstly, I'm pretty sure he is using the latest driver with all the newest settings. Along with that, I'm pretty sure he's got these exact 3D Nvidia settings set up on screen. If I slowly scroll down, you can see them all right here. These have been optimized from this tutorial on screen. For his network settings, I'm going to assume that these have been optimized too. If you go onto your desktop now, Windows key plus R, then put in this command right here. Then go into network adapters, select your main connection. If you right click on this and update the driver, that is highly recommended to make sure you're on the most latest drivers for that. In addition, you can go into the properties too and optimize some of the settings within here. The power management, you want to uncheck both of these, then go into advanced, and if you basically copy my settings on screen right here, this should improve your internet and lower your ping. Moving on, we've got his Windows settings, which I assume have been optimized as well. If you go to the start menu on the bottom left, then go into system, then go into about and click on the advanced system settings, then go into the settings settings here. Under the performance, adjust for best performance and tick all of these boxes on screen. You can also go into your game settings, turn on game mode if you like, and also make sure hardware accelerating GPU scheduling is on. This works better for higher end PCs. Also in the privacy tab, under the background apps, you want to make sure all of those are turned off. And another thing you can do is press Ctrl-Alt-Delete, go into the task manager, find Fortnite running while the game's opened, right click on it, go to the details, then under the shipping exe, if you right click on it and set the priority from the default normal to high, this should give you a pretty significant FPS boost as well. Next, we've got his epic settings, which I assume have been optimized too. If you go onto the launcher to the top right, click on the settings tab and make sure to copy all of these preferences right here. And most importantly, make sure the desktop notifications are disabled, as these can cause lag spikes, or rather hitches / stutters. Then if you scroll down to the bottom right here, you can go ahead and put these command line arguments inside. That's LAN play, no splash, and use all available cores. Here's what each one of them does on screen right now. In addition to that, you can go back into the launcher, specifically under the game, click on options, and make sure you've got all of these Fortnite install options like this on screen. Most importantly, you want to make sure that the disable cosmetic streaming is selected / enabled. Another thing you can do is press the Windows key +R on the desktop, go into local app data, then find the Fortnite game folder, go into saved, go into config, go into Windows, go all the way until you see game user settings, open that up, and then you basically want to copy the exact settings I made in this video on screen. I'll leave a link in the description below. After that, back in the run box, do the same process, but this time go into the Epic Games launcher, then saved, then config, then Windows, and inside the engine file here, you want to paste in this command, which I'll have in the description below. This is something that's been recommended by Epic Games themselves to better your download speeds. And that right there is all of Veno's brand new settings that he's using to go into the new FNCS Championship. If the video helped out, feel free to drop a like on it, drop a sub on the channel, and also feel free to use either one of our codes on screen in the item shop. Catch us in the next one, and feel free to check out any of these other helpful videos that are on screen right now.